here today with the incredible Lucrezia. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
And we are here to talk about all things legal for your blog and for your business, because this is one of those areas that, like, we start our blogs and we just throw caution to the wind, and then somebody says, like, oh, I got the big S word, I got sued, or like they got into some kind of trouble, and then suddenly it's like a panic of like running around chasing, like, what do I need to protect myself? So let's prevent that from happening. Okay, so the first question that I have for you is, what is the biggest mistake that you've seen bloggers make when it comes to the legal side of business and blogging?
All right, before I make one of the most common mistakes that people make, let me say just something, which is an example of how, like the legal side of things is important. So let me state this. This is a disclaimer. So before we start and we go, we dive into all the legal things that we will address today, I just want to make sure that we all know that today is just, this chat doesn't constitute legal advice. So even if I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyers here today. Yes, all the information, all the tips that I will share with you today, just for educational purposes only. So I don't know, you can go on my website, you can read my full disclaimer so that we know what's happening here. But yeah, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And this, like, you will have to do, this is just like first step. Do this every time that you publish a blog post, anything, I always have a disclaimer that is, like, so that disclaimer, maybe we can cut through this later. Now to answer your question, usually people, and I'd say, bloggers especially, and especially new bloggers, don't think that legal requirements apply to them. They may think, I'm just starting out, I'm not making any money yet, this stuff is only for the big fish, for the big, businesses. But this is not true. It's actually, most regulations apply to you, no matter how big your business is, whether or not you're making any money with your blog yet. And actually, the smaller you are, the more you want to protect yourself legally. Because, for example, at this stage that I'm at now, if someone sues me, I'm covered with insurance, have an LLC. Actually, it's called differently here, but it's the same. It's proprietary limited, but, I have everything established. And even if I get, fined for something, I can afford it. But when I was first starting out, you have like a limited budget. You have like probably enough to just cover the web host fees. So if a fine of $2,000 come your way, you might shut down completely, So I know this may sound a bit counterintuitive, but the reason is that established business with high turnover can pay big fines, can afford the cost of lawsuits. But when you're only starting out, even a small fine, as I said, can, of a few $1,000s, even a few $100s, depending, at what stage you are, can set you back and can even, lead to having to close your blog or your business. Then there are those, that they say, oh, this is so boring, the legal side. So they always put it on the back burner, or they use free templates because they're easy, they find it online. And then they think, okay, for now this will do, and then I'll take care of this later. But look, I know and I understand, because as I said, like I like the creative side of things. Like, I'm a course creator myself, I'm a blogger myself, I'm a business owner myself. And so I know that the creative part is more exciting. And there is always so much to do in your business or with your blog that you never find the time to get the legal stuff sorted. But it's the most important thing that you can do, because the not having that covered can end up being, causing so much more headaches and money spent down the track that, if you do it straight away, it takes like 10 minutes really if you buy templates, or if you consult with a lawyer, even less, because they will do it for you. But maybe, it's quite expensive to afford a lawyer when you first start out. But yeah, it doesn't take much. And, then you'll have peace of mind and you can really focus on the other things that go on with your business. So yeah, the big mistake is that they think that probably it doesn't apply to them, and procrastinating it all the time.
Yeah. So you're even more vulnerable when you're first starting out because of how like hand to mouth you are. So don't overlook it, and don't think that like you're too small potatoes to get into trouble, because you could. Like,
yeah, because people think, oh, no one will notice. Why would they care? But it's not, like, it's not that there is like this monster that comes around and checks, oh, let me see if this blog is, meeting the legal requirement. It's your users that can actually lodge a complaint against you. That's why it's quite likely, because someone that is a reader of your blog, for example, can notice that you're not respecting their privacy. And so, they can all like, if you don't have affiliate disclosures, for example, they can report you. That's why it can happen. It's not that, there is random thing and that's saying, oh, but only the big fish, no one will notice me. Your readers will notice you.
Yeah, it's true.